Hatsy and I'm back with a vet build in The Sims 4. So today we're going to be doing a vet build. Wow, I started it a bit strangely, but I got inspired by this picture that I found and I wanted to try and make a build inspired by that. So I will link a picture, in fact no, I'll put it on the screen, and that will be the picture that I was inspired by to do this. And the vet build was a popular suggestion anyway. Like I was getting comments saying like, hey, vet build, like that would be cool. So I thought I'd try it because I don't usually do community builds. I'm more of a house builder or like mansion builder. So it's quite nice and I actually really enjoy these because you can go a bit crazy with them and then like think about their interior and it's all different. And I actually really like that. And I've got a community build coming up next week and it's a collaboration with one of my best friends, Kayla, and I can't wait. Like we were planning it last night and I'm so excited for it. So I won't say too much about it because it's supposed to be a surprise, but like I can't wait. It's going to be so good. Yeah, anyway, this build, I wanted to make it pretty big because if you know me, I like to put in an apartment because if I'm playing myself, then I like to have the sim live there without like going home and stuff. So you could do that. I don't know how you're gonna do this. Like you could just place this on a normal community build and you could use it, or what you could do is you could use it as a business, I think, and then live upstairs. Like you could do that, but it's a functional apartment. The apartment though, we do need to have words about that because it was a mess. It was a mess to begin with. And it was because it was really late. I know I make excuses, but it was late when I was recording this, like probably 2:30 AM. I stopped doing it, and that's probably why my voice is a bit croaky this morning. But it was fun. It was a lot of fun. And I made a mistake because I did the apartment originally, so that when you walk in, you walk into the kitchen. But no, I took it out, so it's not going to be that crazy. I'm sorry. It's going to be fairly tame. But I like this build. I was happy with it. And I did try and take into account the surroundings as well and try and make it fit in, but also try and make it stand out. Like, it's hard. But it kind of reminds me of like a high street, which was the idea. But there aren't many high street lots that you can really use in this world because like a lot of the high street buildings are on the other side and they're all kind of joined together, which is lovely. But if you want to create a high street build, it's tough. Like, what do you put here, you know? I'm happy to share it. And it is a little bit pink as well. I don't mind that. It's like a pink and mint colour by the end. I think those colours go really nicely together. And it's got a lot. Like, I really did plan this. I thought it through. You know, the thing is about vet builds is they can be quite depressing because I always associate, like, the vets with my pet getting ill. So I wanted to make this, like, a really happy, cute place so that it looks friendly. And, you know, you could also use this. You don't have to, but you could use it as an adoption centre. I don't know how you do that either. But I have so many ideas. I know we haven't even gotten to it yet, but there is a room upstairs in this build that you could have like your cats or your dogs like ready for adoption, and then like people could come in and have a look at them and stuff like that. Like this could be a really active place. And you know, if there are mods made in the future, how cool would this be? Like very cool. Anyway, I'm going to veer off from the build a little bit and I'm going to talk about what's been going on recently because if you know me, that's what I do. I like to talk about random stuff and something crazy's happened recently and I actually, like, I don't know. I was going to ask for an opinion about it, but I have no idea, like, where this has even left me. So this is to do with the gym. Yeah, I know. And if you knew, like, I'm big on the gym at the moment. I just am, like, I enjoy it and it's like a hobby now. It's like The Sims, but it's the gym. And they're completely opposite things. Yeah, I know. But what happened was a few months back, I started going every day. In fact, this happened in May. Well, not like every day, but 6 days a week. And I decided like to make that lifestyle change. But like when you go that much, you meet other people in the gym, just like, you know, naturally, like, hey, how are you? You know, stuff like that. It's not weird. It's just like, oh, okay, I see you every day. Just like, good morning, you know, good afternoon, that kind of thing. So this person, he would always like come up to me and he'd say like, hey, and it wouldn't be anything more than that. It'd just be like, hey, that's it, you know? And he's a little bit older than me. He's what, like 10 years older, I think, something like that. I'm gonna give him a fake name, I'm gonna call him Steve. We just have like small talk, you know, it would be, hey, how are you? Good, how are you? Yeah, good, thanks. Like, riveting conversation, you know, with Steve. But nothing more than that, nothing ever more than that. And I never got a weird feeling from him. I got weird feelings from other people in the gym. Like when people tried to talk to me and stuff, I don't know, I got like strange feelings from them, like they wanted maybe to flirt or something, but never got that with him. He was a really nice guy. He is a really nice guy, sorry. Hasn't gone anywhere. Well, anyway, what happened was I was really stuck with arm machines and stuff like that. So he came over one day and he just said, hey, you know, if you're ever stuck with anything, just like come and call me over. Because he is like a bodybuilder. He is in like immaculate condition and stuff. And like, I was just like, okay, yeah, sure. Well, I'm stuck on arms. So like, what should I be doing for that? And he was showing me like a few machines and he said, look, come in on Monday and I'll go through the machines with you. So that's what he did. He's not a trainer, but he's been training for like 10 years, I think. So, you know, he's been coming for like quite a while. Anyway, I turned up on Monday and he went through all the machines with me and it was so fun. Like we got on so well and he's such a nice guy and he wasn't shady. Like this was all above board, like this was okay. And anyway, he said to me the next day when I came in, do you want to train together? Because, you know, like we're training together, we're just training separately, like we're in the same place, we're doing the same things, but like I could help you a lot with stuff. So I asked my husband and he said, yeah, like absolutely, you know, go for it. I'm fine with that because he trusts me and, you know, whatever. So yeah, anyway, I start training with Steve and we trained together for probably about like a week and a half, 2 weeks, like intensely. And this is like the hardest training I've ever had in my life. Like I was going in for what, probably an hour and a half, even 2 hours sometimes, just like intensive weight training, but specific areas, like specific muscles that I wouldn't have even trained before because I didn't even know existed. And this was amazing. Like I started to see results after like 2 weeks and I was just really happy and like we got on really well and it wasn't weird or anything. And like a lot of the time we would just talk about like our other halves, like that's it. Because he had a family and like I have my own family and stuff. It's not weird, like this is it. So anyway, he doesn't turn up on Tuesday. He came in on Monday this week, but there was no sign of Steve come Tuesday. So I got in touch with him and I don't have his number or anything, but I have him on social media just because I'm really open with like my social media and stuff. And I always have like my Twitter DMs and like Instagram stuff always open anyway. So like it makes sense. And I just like dropped him a message saying like, hey, are you coming in today? Like question mark, like nothing else. And this wasn't like a good morning or anything like that. I got a reply saying like having issues at home, like I'll be in tomorrow. But then he wasn't in tomorrow, like he wasn't in the next day. So I like was training by myself and then yesterday, like I didn't see him for days and then he came in yesterday and just said, yeah, his girlfriend's been like really funny about him hanging out with me. And he doesn't like, she doesn't like it. She doesn't want it to happen anymore. And like, she was going to leave him over it. And I was just thinking, what? Like me? She was going to leave you over me? That just, it makes no sense. Like nothing weird was going on. It's just, it makes no sense to me. So yeah, I'm sad because like I lost my gym partner and I was, sounds so weird, but I don't know, like I was going through a lot at the moment and it kind of took my mind off everything that I was going through because I'm going through a lot. Like I don't mention it a lot, but I'm going through a lot, I'm sorry. It's because of like family issues and stuff, which I won't go into, but I don't know, like it just kind of took my mind off all the bad stuff that's going on and like all the people that aren't talking to me right now and like all the family members that I've offended and all this. Yeah, so I was just puzzled, but I don't know, it's sad. Like, it's sad when things get that protective, but it's sad as well because I think that he was my first ever male friend, like ever. Because I went to an all-girls school and then when I went to a mixed school, like I wasn't there for long. But the guys that I was in a class with, I didn't get on with because they were into other stuff that I wasn't at that time and I didn't want to get involved with them because they're a bad influence. So yeah, it was actually quite nice. But now it's going to be so awkward in the gym because like, can you imagine, I'm going to turn up in the morning and like he's going to be there, but then we're going to be training, but just separately. But like we were talking to each other just like non-stop, you know, in the gym, like a week, 2 weeks before, but now just nothing. It's really weird. I don't like it. I don't like it. I'm sorry. So yeah, that's my story of the week. I'll keep you updated if you want to hear. Like, only if you want to hear. If you don't want to hear, you don't have to hear. So we're doing the rooms round back. So like, I wanted to have it like quite separate because I like the idea of like waiting rooms. I don't actually. I mean, waiting rooms, I hate them. In fact, let me know in the comments below, what's the longest wait you've ever had in a waiting room? Whether it's at a vet place, whether it's at a doctor's place, let me know. It gets pretty bad in the UK, let me tell you, because if you live in a popular area, like, okay, I used to live in, used to live near Birmingham. So like if I went to the doctor's for something and it was urgent, let's say, then I'd have to go into the city. And I did once because I had an issue with something getting lost in my arm. Yeah, I know. How weird is that? But I had to go for a proper like x-ray for it and everything. And the wait for that was pretty long. But then it was terrible to turn up and then they didn't even know what they were going to do about it. They were just like, okay, well, this thing's like, it's kind of in your arm and we can't get it out, but don't worry. I was just like, yeah, I'm worrying. I'm sorry. And then I remember that James, he had an issue with his eyes. Now, I have a theory about it. I think what happened was he had contact lenses in and he was by the fire. And I think that his eyes got like irritated and he was rubbing them and stuff. Anyway, so he had to go for an eye checkup and we went to this like place and we were waiting about 4.5 hours. And all I remember is the fact that I parked my car about, I'm gonna say a good 15-minute walk from where we were. So I had to hop out every hour just to go and change my parking. I wish I was joking. I wish I was. So yeah, that was annoying. And it was in the pouring rain as well. So there I was just like hopping across this car park. Like, right, that's it. I've got to go and top my parking up. Yeah, it was bad. It wasn't my best day. I'm trying to think when my best day was so that I can say that was my best day. But no, I can't think right now. Yeah, so the downstairs was just supposed to look quite cozy, but also like quite formal, if that makes sense. Because there was this vet in Switzerland, in Basel, which was my favourite vet I've ever been to in my whole life, ever. It was this little house, but I think it was converted, and it had like a pond outside and stuff, and you went in, and it was a shop as well. They were really clever. It was like somebody was just a business genius, whoever ran that, because the thing is, I'd go in to, I don't know, like have Teddy or Maisie. In fact, no, Maisie wasn't there. Oh, that's depressing. Teddy would have like a jab or something because he'd need it for some reason. Like, there were a lot of things that he had to have. So I'd go in, but I would walk out with like 4 bags of food and new cuddly toys. Yeah, because they put stuff there for you to buy and it was good quality stuff, like really good quality stuff. So I liked the idea of just having like loads of ornaments around. So maybe this could even be a shop. Like, I don't know how you go about that either. I'm sorry, I don't know a lot of things, but I have a lot of ideas, so that's good. So this was the little bathroom upstairs. This is just supposed to be a place that well, you can go to the bathroom. Why do I go into this much detail? I don't know. But I wanted it upstairs because I wanted it away from everything else. And I feel like some people may have issues with there being rooms in the middle of this build. Like, for instance, downstairs there's 2 little offices. But I actually really like that because it's quite like how this vet place was that I used to visit. And then this room is supposed to be the sleeping room. Like, I thought of this room for being a room that like maybe the pets would recover in. Like, if they've had some sort of like treatment downstairs or something, like they come in, just have a little sleep up here. And that's it really. Or like the adoption room. Like, this could be so many different things. You could have so many different uses for this. And this is really weird actually. It's painted yellow. And the reason why is because when I woke up from my general anaesthetic, that's what the colour room was. Like, how weird and depressing is that? Yeah, very. I had a general anaesthetic. It wasn't my fault though, actually. It was the doctor's fault. I'm going to talk about it, in fact. I may even do like a story time this week if you want to hear it. But yeah, I had a terrible experience in Basel in Switzerland. And I genuinely feel like we should expose this place. Because like, they put me in hospital though. They genuinely put me in hospital. And I didn't even do anything, like I didn't even have anything wrong with me, really. But like, I basically went for a very small like minor thing on Monday morning and ended up having a general anaesthetic about 20 minutes after I got treated by this doctor. Yes, I know, it was mad. But yeah, so going back onto the build, it's just supposed to look cozy in there. It's supposed to look homely, and that's what I was really going for. And then this bit up here is the apartment. Now, I was tired, so bear with me. I didn't have any vision when I did this, when I first did it. So the kitchen is a mess. Like, who walks into the kitchen? Probably some people, to be fair. But I always like it so that you either have a hallway or you just have the lounge and then you have the kitchen, if that makes sense. Like, walking into your kitchen, it's just a bit weird. I did get rid of that, and I was happy with the way that that looked in the end. Yeah, I've always had hallways or porches. I used to have a porch. In fact, I've had 2 porches. Not that it's like a competition or anything, but no, I did. And yeah, the porch was a thing that set on fire, unfortunately, in my parents' old house. I don't miss that. But like, I don't get it as well. It was definitely done on purpose. But I was really excited about how this kitchen turned out because it looks like it's quite small, but it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be like quite practical as well. It's got a little lounge area, it's got a kitchen area, and it's also got a bedroom, but it's all really open plan because it's tiny. Like, this is so small. It actually reminds me of an apartment that I looked around in Basel again. So many links back to Basel in this video, honestly. I had mixed memories there. Like, I had some really good things happen, but then some really bad things would happen equally. And unfortunately, you always remember the bad things. Like, that's just it. So it looks like a lot of bad things happened, but also a lot of good things too. But that's where I had the neighbour issue. Well, I had one neighbour issue. I had another neighbour issue in Germany. Yeah, things get crazy, but hey, I enjoyed it, and you know, it's made me a better person. Like, sometimes bad experiences can actually make you so much better, and I feel like that's what's happened with me. I feel like I've learned a lot. Like, I've learned to not be so gullible with people. But anyway, so talking about the pets expansion, or cats and dogs expansion, just at the end, I'm actually really happy with the amount of detail that we've got with the curtains and carpets. I think that they're really good, and I like all the different patterns because it gives you like more room to be creative in, you know, builds and stuff. I like how traditional they've made it as well because it's really fitting for like family homes and stuff like that. So I'm gonna have like an absolute field day recording more builds for the rest of this week because I'm gonna be creating like a Hamptons home, I think, or something like that. And yeah, like, any other suggestions, let me know in the comments below and I will try and build them. Anyway, that is the end of it. So I really hope you enjoyed it and I hope to see all future ones. Thanks for watching, and I'll speak to you all soon.